Oh, hello, children. Today we're going to tell you the story of the partner, a man who is aware of the hypocrisy of his sins. The story of the partner begins on his way to Canterbury one evening.
Well, I sure did not enjoy that story about the Roman girl. It was quite unpleasant, and you should never tell a story again because you're horrible at it. How about you, partner? Why don't you tell a story?
In fact, I know a perfect tale for this. But first, let me tell you about the error of your ways. 1. You drink way too much. It is not good for the mind of a man. 2. You curse like a sailor. And 3. It is worse than that of homicide. But first, back to the tale. So, there were these 3 Flemish boys, who one day, as they heard the funeral knell, they went down the hill and they talked to somebody about how their good friend had just been slain by death.
So, the 3 Flemish boys, after they heard the funeral knell, talked about how their friend had been slain by Death himself the night before. And then they decided to go drinking and swear to avenge their friend's death by killing Death himself. So as they traveled along, they met a man, and this man told them of where Death would be. And so they traveled back to find Death. And whenever they went back, one of them, him right here, this little naughty scoundrel, decided that he would be the sneaky one out of all of them, and he was going to the apothecary. He traveled along all by himself, and he went to the apothecary, where he bought the strongest potions available. He also got some wine, so that way, whenever he found Death, he could poison him. The other 2 decided to be even sneakier. They wanted Death for themselves. So, they decided to steal the wine from the 3rd one and kill him. As he returned to the tree, the other 2 snuck up on him and took their axes and murdered him violently, unrelentlessly, and he was dead. So as these 2 greedy little naughty men sat around and drank their wine, they soon realized the wine was poisoned. And then Death showed up and took all 3 of them, probably down to hell.
That was literally the worst story I've ever heard. It was worse than the one about the Romans. I should have you killed for that.
I thought it was a pretty decent story. But help me? It's okay, guys. Just get along like the rest of us do. We're pilgrims. Bros.
And they kissed and lived happily ever after during their travels to Canterbury. The end.